So now let's get into the project development part of the show today. Today I'm going to be showing you guys one of my more favorite projects that I did during school and with the team. And the reason why I'm showing you guys this project is because in this show, obviously we want to be talking about a lot about career development, a lot about resume building, a lot about getting yourself, like how to get yourself noticed out there with all these big tech companies and all these different startups and everybody in the tech industry. And as you guys go throughout your college careers and as you guys learn more and more and you guys get more experience and go through internships, one good thing to have with you guys is always to have projects and have a portfolio that you guys can show your code and your work and be able to actually show what interests you guys have outside of school. And the best way to do this is through personal projects and through team projects. Today I'm going to show you guys my Mario project, and basically it's like a simple little game. I'll play a little bit for you guys. Instead of the shrooms being like, I guess, good for you, you got to like try to avoid them. I think more and more come. Oh shoot! Oh, I died. But yeah, it's like simple game like that. And this game was all written in C++. It was for a class on object-oriented programming that we had in UC Merced. I was with a group of 3, so it was me and 2 other engineers working on this project. It was about a 4-week project, I think, from being assigned and being complete. We all helped in creating the designs and stuff, and we had to use a framework called GlueApp to create the actual project, and that's the actual engine, I guess the engine in the background that's actually running this entire game and giving you the possibility to run this. So if you guys want to look it up, it's called GlueApp, GLUTAPP. And the reason why I'm showing you guys this app is because I kind of just want to go over it, because this app or this project was very instrumental in helping me build up my coding profile, my coding portfolio. And every time I would go into an interview, I would always be able to have something to talk about, because I could just pull out a reference from one of my projects, or I could talk about one of my projects and spend the entire time in that interview speaking about that project. And when you speak about things that you know and that are things that you've done personally, things that only information you would know about, it gives you a sense of confidence in these interviews. It gives you a sense of feeling like you understand something. It gives the employer a sense of knowing that you are committed, you do know your work, you do follow through. And these type of things cannot be expressed or said explicitly through an interview. You can't just say that you're a hard worker. You can't just say that you're interested in C++. Like, having these projects show that you're interested in C++ or show that you are interested in making video games or games. And that stuff is very important, because your actions speak more for you than your words. Like a lot of people say, it's very true in interviews as well. They don't want to hear that you're a good leader. They don't want to hear that you're a hard worker. They want to see it. And projects, building your coding portfolio, having a GitHub portfolio, so you can reference people to and reference employers to, so they can take a look at all your projects, is a great place to start. And the best time to be building this is as soon as possible, especially right now that we have a lot of time off. You guys could be doing personal projects, doing one personal project right now that you guys have some time off from work or school. I would crank out 1 or 2 if you guys can. It could just be simple little games. It doesn't even have to be anything crazy. It could be a walkthrough you follow and then you just modify it and make it do more and make it have more functionality than it did before. So you can just do things like this, and then you just slowly add these projects into your portfolio, little one by one, and then every time you'll start seeing that you go to an interview, you have all these projects to talk about. You'll never be in the moment of silence in the interviews, and you'll seem like you know what you're talking about. And that's very just key. You just have to fake it till you make it most of the time. And these projects, they're not gonna know like exactly how you did it. Like, any information you tell them about it, they're gonna believe it to be true. So you can say whatever at the end of the day about these projects, and it will help you in the interview process and when you're talking to potential employers. So the key things to focus in and with these projects is, like, you want to be like, if there's a specific language you're trying to learn or you're trying to apply for or you're trying to work in, then you should be working in that language, obviously. But I wouldn't advise in putting yourself in a little hole and wanting to be a specialist in one language, because at the end of the day, software engineers are going to be expected to adapt and know more than one language. So I would I wouldn't put myself in that type of bubble, but you should be very strategic in picking your projects and deciding which ones to go forth with and complete and which ones not to. So if you want to get an interview, like for example at Google, then you know that their languages are going to be C++, Python, and Java. So as long as you do some projects in either one of those languages, you should be fine. So that's just like one example. So you guys can look at different jobs and see what kind of languages they require. Check your dream job, see what languages they require, and start working on projects in those languages. Another big thing that you guys should be showing in your projects is, you guys should actually obviously have some type of design doc and some type of design of how your code's gonna work, how your logic flows, how your project is structured, and what your project is about. Have a design before you code, and this should be included inside your coding portfolio as well. Having a design doc for each project is very important. So, just write out. It could be a simple one-page doc, just writing out your intentions for the project, what the objective is of the project, some background information, your motivations for doing the project, how you're going to test your project, what's your timeline, what's the difficult parts of it, what kind of routes could you have taken, and how did you come up with the specific coding route or the specific route you're going to go with to solve the problems in your project, and any algorithms that you're going to include in your project that don't seem trivial should be included and documented inside your design doc as well. So it's very important when you're doing these projects to find projects that are going to give you some complexity, going to let you design something from front end to back end, hopefully, or just one particular section of it. You want to have enough complexity that you could create some algorithms in there and show that you're able to develop algorithms to complete tasks that you want to complete. So a project with good algorithm complexity, with a good design doc that you could write out a good clean system design, and a project that's going to allow you to test a lot of different parts of your code, do end-to-end tests, do unit tests, do any other kind of test that you could think of, and performance tests for some stress tests like to do with performance, any test you can think of. And if this project if you believe this project is going to allow you to create good tests for every part of the code and allow you to create good algorithms, then you can go ahead with that project and try to complete it as quick as you can or whenever you can. I mean, it could be on your spare time because it really is just a personal project. So it's really just on your spare time. It can be done whenever. There's no pressure, obviously, unless you're trying to get a job right away. How would you figure out if your project has enough testing and algorithms for you to create? Well, that's obviously why you create the design doc first. So you could create the design doc to figure out your plan, figure out what kind of systems and frameworks and languages you're going to need to create to meet your objectives and goals, state your objectives and goals, and throughout writing this design doc, things will start coming to you more and more as you write more and more, and different solutions will come to you, and you'll start thinking about which ones you're going to go with and which ones you won't. And I would just say document all this, make one separate folder for your document, your code, and a way to run it, and start adding them to GitHub, baby. And slowly your coding portfolio will get bigger and bigger, and by the time you're a senior or past that, or in grad school or graduating from grad school or a PhD student, your coding portfolio will be impressive and big, and every employer is going to want to talk to you, and you'll have a lot of content to talk to with these employers. So at the end of the day, I see projects more of as a way for you to express your interest, express and do things that you want to do on the side that you necessarily can't do at school. And the big thing is, it gives you something to talk about in these interviews. It lets you fill up these interviews with talk, and makes you seem normal and makes you seem like a human being and social, because you're able to talk about all these different projects with such confidence because they're your personal projects. You know all about them. So, and when you know about a specific topic, people tend to talk in a more confident way, in a more looser and calm way. So this will help you guys out a lot. Let me know if you guys have any questions to do with these projects and this specific project in general. Let me play a little bit more. Let's see how far I can get. I think every second's like a score. I'm not sure. Oh, damn it. Let me try it again. Fuck this. I think every point is a score, and then every time you get a extra mushroom, it like doubles or something. I know the scoring is on top, but this must not be the final version that I'm playing with right now, because we had the score showing up before. I think there's a limit to how many mushrooms come out. Oh, I didn't know I can double jump. I remember trying to get the gravity to work on this game. It took like a while. Wasn't too into physics, still ain't really too much, but I like it. I'm starting to appreciate it more and more now. Damn it. But I remember trying to get, I think 9.6 is the gravitational constant. You had to literally write that in onto this program for it to work correctly and actually do the jumping how it's doing it right there. See how the jumping is all natural? Like, it looks like it's actually an actual parabola for a falling object in real life. This is actually a physics equation that's being implemented in this. A very basic one, but at the time it wasn't for me. I think I was like a junior or sophomore at the time for this project. But other than that, yeah, guys, let me know if you guys have any questions or anything specific to project development, anything specific to career development. Just let me know, guys. I'll be here to answer your guys' questions and hopefully give the best advice I can. Hope you guys enjoy this show. This has been the hardest working man in tech, and I'm out.